Okay, Hannah, like these reality TV shows, right? Love Island, Big Brother, Below Deck, they're just everywhere. And people are absolutely obsessed, me included, I'm not gonna lie. It's wild.
Totally. But what is it about them, Iotama? Like, why are we all so hooked, you know? It feels kind of manufactured sometimes, but we still just can't look away.
Yeah, it does feel manufactured, but that's kind of part of the magic, I think. First point, escapism, right? We're all just, living our normal lives, going to work, paying bills, and then boom, you're whisked away to a luxury villa or a super yacht. It's a mental vacation. You get to temporarily forget your own worries and just envision yourself in these totally different, often ridiculous situations.
Right. I totally get that. Just watching someone else's drama unfold is way less stressful than dealing with your own. But it's not just the escape, is it? There's pure, unadulterated drama, too.
Oh, absolutely. That's the second huge thing. Drama and conflict. Humans are hardwired for it. These shows are designed to generate conflict, betrayals, tough decisions, and when that happens, your brain, it gets a little hit of dopamine. It keeps you glued. The unscripted or seemingly unscripted nature means anything can happen, and that fosters loyalty, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the third point. Relatability and social comparison. Even though they're often in these extraordinary circumstances, or they're all super attractive, viewers find aspects of their experiences relatable. It allows for this social comparison where you kind of evaluate your own life against what you're seeing. Sometimes it's inspirational, sometimes it's at least my life isn't that bad,
Yeah, totally. You see them struggling with something and you're like, oh, I felt that. It makes them more human, even in their wild settings.
Precisely. And that ties into the next big draw, voyeurism and human behavior as a social experiment. Reality TV just totally appeals to that, inner nosy neighbor in all of us. It offers this window into the intimate lives and unfiltered behaviors of others. Shows like Big Brother were actually conceived as social experiments. It's like an observational psychology class, but, without the homework.
Wow, an observational psychology class without the academic rigor? I love that. So it's like we're watching these little petri dishes of humanity and thinking, what would I do in that situation? Exactly. It's super fascinating. And then there's the whole community thing, right? You're not just watching alone, you're talking about it online with friends, dissecting every little thing. That interactive element, voting people off or whatever, totally enhances that connection. It makes viewers feel like active participants, which is huge for audience retention.
That's a good point. I definitely have group chats that explode during certain shows. And speaking of shows, Love Island, that's a whole different beast. What's its special sauce? Beyond, the obvious pretty people and sunny villas.
Oh, Love Island is its peak dating reality. It takes the escapism, young, attractive singletons, luxury villa, and just amps up the romantic pairings and the physical attraction. It's the thrill of new relationships, the drama of coupling up to avoid elimination, the beautiful scenery, great bodies. That's definitely a factor. But it's really about that active audience engagement. The voting, the social media buzz, it's central to its massive success.
It really does feel like everyone is just glued to their phones during Love Island season. But then you have something like Big Brother, which is a bit more, strategic than just hot people dating.
Well, for Big Brother, it's totally different. Its enduring appeal really comes from the strategic gameplay. It's less about finding love and more about personality clashes, alliances, and honestly, betrayals. Trapping strangers in a house under constant surveillance with a massive cash prize at stake, that's like a recipe for fascinating human dynamics.
Yeah, I remember, even when I was younger, the idea of the live feeds always blew my mind. Who watches that much, But then, if you
The live feeds, which were, a huge part of its history, even though they're often criticized for heavy editing now, but they historically allowed ardent fans to observe house guests 24/7. It gave this deeper look into the real dynamics. That level of access, that's what created this super loyal audience that stuck around for like so many seasons. It's just smart gameplay and, social chess. Okay, but then you've got Below Deck, which is like a totally different flavor of reality TV. It's not about dating, it's not about being trapped in a house. It's about a workplace, but on super yachts.
Yeah, and the workplace drama is just as intense, if not more so, because, they have to work together. Plus, you get the double whammy of watching the super rich guests behave horribly.
Totally. Its appeal totally stems from the escapism of exotic locations and the opulent lifestyle of the charter guests. We get to briefly live in that world. But then it's juxtaposed with the downstairs drama, the interpersonal relationships among the crew, navigating these demanding work conditions. Viewers often enjoy judging the often abhorrent behavior of the rich guests, and then, witnessing the crew's challenges and triumphs.
Seriously, the guests, some of them are just wow. I can't believe they act that way. And then you have the crew who are, trying to be professional, but they're also just, people. It's like a pressure cooker.
It is a pressure cooker. That blend of grueling workplace demands and personal conflicts, it just makes for a fascinating human behavior. It's why that franchise and these other shows, they captivate us so much. They just hit all those fundamental human curiosities and desires,
So it's not just mindless then. It's a masterclass in human psychology, really, disguised as entertainment. Whether it's the thrill of drama, the mental escape from our daily grind, the weird satisfaction of comparing our lives to theirs, or just being a fly on the wall in someone else's totally crazy situation. And then, sharing all that with a community of fellow viewers.
It's like we get to live 1,000 different lives just from our couch without any of the actual consequences.
Exactly. It's the ultimate vicarious experience. These shows, even with their manufactured scenarios, they just resonate. They give us something to talk about, something to, secretly judge, something to aspire to, or just escape into. They're not going anywhere, and I think that's why we're so totally hooked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got my next binge lined up. It's a necessary escape, I think. So after discussing Love Island and manufactured drama, Hannah, would you ever consider going on a show like that to find love?
Oh, wow, Iotama. My creative side is intrigued by the stories, but my sensible side screams absolutely not. Every awkward date, every whispered conversation, filmed and dissected by millions? No, thank you.
Get that. But wouldn't a tiny part of you be curious about the adventure, escaping your routine to focus solely on romance, even if it's amplified for TV?
Maybe for novelty, but the pressure? Genuinely falling for someone under constant public scrutiny? I'd be too self-aware. It would kill the romance for me. I think I'll stick to judging from my couch.